Before we begin, if you love real, emotional stories like this, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and your experiences matter. Started with a text. A simple, innocent message that shattered everything I thought I knew about my marriage. We need to talk. Now. It was from my husband, Ryan. I read it while sitting on the edge of our bed, my heart already racing. Something in the way he typed it, the finality, the silence in the words made my stomach twist. Earlier that night, I had done something I thought was harmless. A little spark to reignite the intimacy we'd lost over the years. I crossed a line. One I didn't fully understand until the consequences hit me. At first, I tried to convince myself I wasn't wrong. We'd been distant lately. The closeness we once had felt forced, awkward. So when I initiated something a little outside our usual routine, I didn't think it would hurt him. I thought it would bring us back together. But now, as I stared at his terse text, I realized I had miscalculated. Ryan didn't respond for hours. Not even a call. Just silence. The kind of silence that presses against your chest and makes you question everything you thought was solid. I replayed the night in my head over and over. The way I laughed, teasing him. The way I whispered suggestions, thinking I was playful. The way he didn't respond the way he normally would. There had been a pause, a long, heavy pause, before he finally rolled over and went quiet. I asked myself, was it me? Had I misread him? Or had I crossed a boundary I wasn't even aware existed? The more I thought, the heavier the guilt became. The next day, subtle signs built up like storm clouds on the horizon. He left for work without a hug. His phone buzzed constantly, but he wouldn't let me see who it was. He answered me in clipped sentences, avoiding eye contact. Every glance at him felt like stepping onto thin ice. I began to doubt myself first. Maybe I was imagining it. Maybe my insecurities were amplifying his normal stress. But deep down I knew something had changed. The intimacy we had, the easy comfort of years spent together, felt replaced by tension. 3 days later, I noticed his laptop open on the kitchen table. Curiosity and fear got the better of me. I glanced at the screen, not expecting much. But there it was, a draft email addressed to a therapist. He hadn't sent it, but I could read the words raw and jagged. I feel betrayed. I don't know how to move past what happened. I love her, but I can't reconcile my feelings right now. My chest tightened. His pain was palpable, his words unfiltered. I realized that what I thought was playful, innocent, a spark, it had wounded him deeply. I had underestimated the weight of my actions. The subtle line I'd crossed in our bedroom. That night I tried to speak. Ryan, can we talk? I asked, voice tentative. He looked at me, but his eyes were distant, guarded. I'm not ready, he said quietly, then walked out of the room. His silence crushed me. Every shared memory now felt tainted. Every laugh we'd had replayed in my mind as if it had been a lie. I remembered the little moments, the way he'd brush my hair back, the quiet nights on the couch, our first apartment, and wondered if he saw them differently now. I spent hours reflecting on my choices. Was I selfish? Careless? Had I crossed a line that I could never repair? My love for him battled with my guilt. I wanted to reach him, to apologize, to explain, but every attempt felt hollow against the wall he'd erected. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he agreed to talk. His eyes were red, weary, but they held the honesty I'd been craving. I can't just forget what happened, he said. It's not about blame, it's about trust. I need time to process. I need to feel safe again. I nodded, tears stinging my eyes. I didn't mean to hurt you, I whispered. I thought it would bring us closer. He sighed, the weight of months, maybe years of unspoken feelings pressing down. Sometimes love isn't about closeness, he said. Sometimes it's about respect. And I didn't feel that in the moment. It was painful, but it was the truth. And I had to accept it. The following weeks were tense. We shared space but not warmth. I gave him the distance he needed, learning to sit with the discomfort, the ache, the uncertainty. But I also learned to reflect on my actions, to understand boundaries, to respect the subtle, unseen lines that shape a marriage. I realized that love is not only about passion, it's about consent, understanding, and timing. The intimacy I had tried to force was not the love he needed. And recognizing that was the first step toward redemption. Eventually, we started to rebuild. Slowly, clumsily, tentatively. Every conversation was honest, every gesture considered. And while the memory of what I had done never fully disappeared, it became a lesson rather than a wound. A reminder that even love, when handled carelessly, can hurt the person you cherish most. Now, months later, our relationship is quieter, steadier. Trust has to be earned every day, and we are both learning how to do that again. I've learned to listen, to respect boundaries, to communicate before taking action, and above all, to honor the fragile heart of the person I love. That night I understood something profound. The line I crossed wasn't just in our bedroom, it was in his heart. And to heal, I had to tread carefully with patience, humility, and unwavering respect. If you've ever crossed a line, hurt someone unintentionally, or struggled to repair trust in a relationship, share your story in the comments. I want to hear how you faced your mistakes, rebuilt trust, or learned from the pain. And don't forget to subscribe for more real, emotional stories like this, stories that show heartbreak, love, and the slow, delicate work of finding your way back to each other.